Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you for staying with us. We begin conversations this morning in studio. We're taking it a little bit on the health side. Yes, we're speaking to representatives from the TRHA. We're speaking this morning with Miss Allison Quinterio Constantine, a dietary technician, and Miss Abigail. Remind me of this name, Miss Abigail. Miss Abihail Berkley, that's it, correct. Miss Abihail Berkley, who is also a dietitian representing the TRHA this morning, and we're speaking about a healthy eating, active living walkathon as well as a camp that is ongoing this morning. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Good morning to Tobago.
Right. And of course, healthy eating is a discussion that should be ongoing because if we look at trends, we see where people are getting a little bit too comfy with the fast food type of eating and the inactivity in their lives. And so, of course, it becomes a threat to their health. And so now we're talking about this walkathon, and we're talking about a health camp. So we want to know the importance of focusing or living a life that leans towards healthy eating and an active lifestyle. What are the benefits, and why is it important for us to engage in that type of lifestyle?
As we know, there are many non-communicable diseases that plague our society, both Trinidad and Tobago and regionally and in the world. We're talking about things like diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol level, and these kind of diseases. And I'm sure that we will all know someone, whether in our family or so, that may have one of these conditions. It's worthy to know that 60% of the deaths that occur in Trinidad and Tobago is as a result of these non-communicable diseases. So healthy eating is a big part of that, as one of the modifiable risk factors for these diseases is, of course, your diet and lifestyle practices. And we have things like smoking and your alcohol use. So at the top of the spectrum, we have healthy eating being very important.
And sometimes it can be challenging, or at least people will use the excuse that because we live such fast-paced lives, it's easy for you to grab something on the go. And what we have on the go is really isn't healthy foods. We have all the fast food outlets, and you grab something quick, and you just don't know what they put in it. And of course, it is not healthy. And so people will make the excuse, well, I'm busy. How can you? I know it's very important, but how can you prevent having to eat on the go, to rush, to grab something on the go? How do you concentrate on having a lifestyle that is focused on healthy living?
So we look at preparation. At the top of it, we speak about preparation. If we prep before, then it's easy, we're not coming home to say, oh gosh, I have to go and season this meat. Oh gosh, I have to this. But if we have stuff prepared, it's quite easy just to quickly whip up something in the kitchen. We could advance prepare meals. So for instance, if you are busy and maybe you have Sunday or a day in the week at home, we often encourage persons to prepare 3 or 4 different dishes so that you can always interchange in the week and you still maintain that healthy diet most of the times, because it's important what we do most of the times, so that we are able yet to still have that healthy diet and those healthy foods that will be able to sustain us and of course keep us in good health.
And so I know you have the health camp going on now. So tell us a little bit about the idea behind the health camp, the camp that is ongoing, and the target audience. Who are you receiving there, and the type of activities that they are engaged in at the camp?
All right, so the camp is the Healthy Eating Active Living Children's Camp. This is one of the health promotion initiatives of the TRHA focused on our youth population. We know that, and research tells us that children who adopt healthy lifestyles from small as they grow, they maintain these habits. One research shows that children who are obese, as they grow into obese adults. So we are trying, and the TRHA has invested in this program to ensure that we have children and a society that grows to be a healthier and more productive society. It's noted to work that this program is in its 19th year. And we were the first in the region and in the country to have such a program. So it's quite noteworthy that we have sustained such a program for 19 years. The program started in 2005 under the Obesity Awareness Program. And noticing that, children or obesity is not the only condition that is affecting the population. We have children that will have high blood sugar, children that their cholesterol levels are quite high, the name was changed to the Healthy Eating Active Living Camp to encompass all these areas, right? We focus on children 6 to 16 years, although this year we would have narrowed the age group just a bit to ages 6 to 14 years. There are 2 camps. So the first camp takes place from the 8th of July to the 19th of July here at Scarborough, in the Scarborough district. And the second camp is in the Roxborough district from the 15th to the 19th of July. The aim of the camp, again, is to raise awareness and, of course, as a preventative methods for these lifestyle diseases.
All right. And what has been the turnout in terms of the response for the camp? You said it's been running for 19 years. And of course, it's very, it takes a lot to sustain something for that length of time, whether it's a friendship, a relationship, a project, whatever it is. 19 years is a long time to sustain one thing. So what has the response been in terms of people sending their children out? Even if you have repeats campus coming out each year, or what has it been like? Have you been seeing any type of change in behavior, change in eating patterns, or even activity among the children from primarily the repeats campus?
So generally, yes, we have seen positive impacts. One thing is, it's good to note that this program is a spin-off or an extension of our school health program. And so the camp is quite overprescribed, if we say. We often have great response. Parents also will tell us, that the children sustain the behavior at least for 6 months after the camp. And of course, a big part of the camp is the health assessment, where we do children's blood pressure, their cholesterol, their blood sugar, weights and height, so the anthropometric assessment. And from this information, what we do, children who would have had high or borderline readings, we often will refer them to different services and keep them in our clinics so that we are able to monitor them and, of course, do extensive work with them and their families. Because I will tell you that sometimes the children's cholesterol is high, and then when we say, okay, well, mommy, do your cholesterol, and mommy cholesterol is high, so we are able to catch the family at that point in time. So as I said, we do have that support. And one of the reasons why the camp is in the first 2 weeks of the holidays, because we are aiming to have that good start to the holidays, because we know with the holidays, there's often, if we say, mindless eating, where children will snack a lot. Even us as adults, if we home on holidays, we tend to, the types of choices we make are not the best. So the camp is in the first 2 weeks, so we are able to guide the persons into that healthy start for the holidays.
I know you said you do an assessment of the children in terms of checking the sugar levels, the cholesterol levels. This is before the camp. Is it that you do it after as well to see if there's any changes, whether it's upward or downward? Do you do a continuous assessment of them for a duration of a period?
So yes, as I said, we do an assessment of them. We do one after, so it's in the beginning of the camp. Registration the first week before the camp starts, and after the camp, mostly the children who are found to be elevated or will have high readings, we do follow them up extensively within the health services. Because one thing, some children are referred from clinics to the pediatrician clinics and those kinds of things. So we are able, even so, if they are not in the clinics, we are able to refer them to those clinics where they will get that further assistance.
Well, that is absolutely amazing. And I'm wondering now if this is something that can be done on a consistent basis, not just for the period of the camp, but if there's some way that there can be some type of caravan that would encourage the healthy living, the healthy eating lifestyle, and the activity, mobility, the activity, because our young children, they sit behind a tablet or device from the moment they come from school until it's time for bed. They sit behind a device. Unless they're involved in some type of after school activity, whether they're in a football club or something, you would see them behind a device. I'm hoping that, we could have an extension of this type of program from the TRHA to encourage our young children and our parents as well, because they are the ones who are responsible for the children, to get them actively involved in activities and the importance of healthy living. I know, as I mentioned earlier, it's just easy to give them a shiny pack snack, as we call it, but to be more intentional in terms of how they do things. So I'm looking forward to seeing what is going to happen there, and I want to wish you all the best and encourage parents to really pay attention to what we consume and what we give our children to consume, because we're talking about obesity, we're talking about all types of things, high cholesterol, high sugar, and these things can lead to something more serious down the road. So let's pay attention to this, and I want to say congratulations to you, and I really am supporting this initiative. And now we're talking about a walkathon that is coming up as well, with the same type of idea, the same type of importance and sentiment behind it, because it is very, very important and crucial. So tell us about the walkathon, when it's going to happen, and what are your hopeful outcomes from the walkathon?
Okay, so the walkathon takes place the first Saturday of the 2 weeks of the camp. It's part of the camp's activities. So we want the children, not only the children, but their families, their friends, people to come out and support them, right? Remember, as you said before, it's children. They can't do it on their own. They have to do it with support. The family is the one who has to, encourage and support them in making the healthy choices. So we come out on the Saturday morning. We start at Tambourine Car Park at 6 a.m. We register. We come through the streets of Scarborough with the truck, with cyclists, with bikers, moko jumbi, things that children would, because remember, you have to wake up these children early, so you want them that there's something they're looking forward to.
That's right.
Right? So we pass around Tech Garden side, down to the Coast Guard, around the food hub, and then we come back to the Esplanade, where we would have an aerobic burnout, dance aerobic burnout. They have bouncy castle, face painting, characters for the children. We even have massages that we offer. We offer screening for the participants, so you could get your cholesterol, your blood sugar, blood pressure done at that time. And is in situations like this, sometimes the parents or people who come discover that they have an issue that they would not have known before. So there are a lot of interesting and attractive prizes to be won. So like the child who brings out the biggest support could get a prize. Maybe the youngest, the oldest, the person comes first. There are a lot of prizes, attractive prizes to be won. And it promises to be an enjoyable morning. So, a family, they say a family that prays together stays together. A family that exercises together would be healthy together. So once we do things as a family, we tend to be stronger in what we fighting for.
That's right. And I want to applaud this cause, because usually when you have a walkathon, you walk from one point to the next, and then maybe there might be a breakfast sale, and then that's it. But you're including so many things into this walkathon as attractions, not just for the children, but also for the parents. They can come as well and participate in the health fair. I'll call it a health fair if I can. So they can get their readings there as well. How long would you be set up at the Esplanade after they arrive, the walkathon arrives? How long would you be there doing the testings and stuff?
So it maybe about 11, so things will wind down. And by 11, because it's from 6.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so some people may not go the whole distance, but if you decide to drop off halfway, these things will be taking place at the time. So, and it will be, it usually is a lot of people.
I would expect
so. If you want to take advantage of certain things, you might want to beat the rush and all of that. But I think by 11, we should, those things should be.
And is it the first time you're having the walkathon engaging the members from the camp, or is it something that you always...
It's always, that's part of... So we have 2 weeks, Monday to Friday, but the first week is Monday to Saturday.
Right.
Right? So it's part of the camp. It's, we expect that the children will come out with their parents, because this is an opportunity for the parents to now come. Yes, you drop your child to a camp, and yes, we want our children to be healthy, but this is you now taking up the man and say, yes,
let's do this, right? Yes. And not only that, too, it also gives an opportunity for the parents to know of the other children who are in the camp, the other parents.
Yes.
So it gives an opportunity for socialize. That's right, for socialization as well. So, I'm looking forward to seeing what the numbers are going to be like. And so what is it usually like? Do people come out to the walkathon?
Yes, they do. They do. It's really one of the biggest walkathons. And I would hope that we would see you there with your numbers, with your posse. Watch your pictures. You see the large crowds. And normally persons will join us along. So you might see persons in the market, and when we pass around there, they join in the dance. You know,
Right.
they join in the walk, persons that are exercising on the morning.
Mhm.
So it's definitely one of the best, if not only the best, walkathons in Tobago,
But of
and it's a
course,
grand time. Persons usually have a great time.
awesome. And in terms of participating in the aerobics burnout, do you have to register before? Or as you mentioned, if I see you on the route, if I'm doing running around my business on Saturday and I see a burnout happening there on the Esplanade, can I just join in?
Yes,
You can, yeah.
definitely.
Right, absolutely. It's something to look forward to. And, we welcome these types of things happening because, as I mentioned, sometimes we get a little bit comfortable where we are.
Yeah,
We want the cushy, easy way
yeah.
out. We don't want to work for anything. And so this is a welcome event. So this is taking place this Saturday from 6 a.m. They gather at Tambourine Square and walk all the way down to the Esplanade. The route will be explained again before we go so you would know exactly what is happening there. But meet them 6 a.m. at Tambourine Square for the annual walkathon. And they're heading all the way to the Esplanade beginning from 6 a.m. And remember, there are prizes to be won. The aerobics competition, of course, the aerobics burnout, and the health fair. You can get your numbers. You can get your numbers checked there as well to know the levels of your sugar and cholesterol levels, and all these things are happening there as well. So come out and support this initiative. In closing, is there anything else that you want to share with our viewers this morning to ensure that they understand what you're about, and just to get them to be a part and to partner with you on this initiative and probably future initiatives to come?
So in closing, we just want to say that healthy eating, active living, the camp is on. We encourage persons to live a healthy lifestyle, be active. Again, we encompass family, children, everyone to be part of this great initiative.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
so much, of course, for coming on this morning and bringing that information to us, encouraging us to live healthy lifestyle. Remember, it's a lifestyle choice, a lifestyle change. So it will take some work, but if you are intentional, you can do it. And of course, the support is there. I'm putting this out there. They have not said it, but the support is there. I'm sure you can speak to one of the dietitians there or any representative, and they can direct you as to how to get started with your own healthy lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to go for a short break before we continue conversations in studio this morning with our guests. And as we go, we invite you to help us share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.